know what hurts the most? When someone treats you like trash and you keep explaining yourself, you're defending, you're proving, you're begging them to understand, and they just don't care. But what if I told you there's one move that flips everything? One move that makes them chase you instead.
It's called strategic silence, and it's so powerful they'll think you've moved on, when really you're just watching them destroy themselves. Here's what most people do when someone disrespects them. They react, they explain, they defend, they argue. And that's exactly what the other person wants. Because the moment you start talking, you've already lost. Think about it. When someone insults you and you immediately fire back, who's in control? Not you. They pressed your button and you danced. They wanted a reaction. You gave it to them. But what if you said nothing? What if you just looked at them, smiled slightly, and walked away? That silence, that's not weakness. That's a psychological grenade you just dropped in their mind. Let me expose a secret most people never figure out. The human brain hates uncertainty. It craves closure. It needs to know what the other person is thinking. When you go silent, you create a vacuum, and that vacuum starts eating them alive. They'll think, why isn't he responding? Did I go too far? Does he not care anymore? Is he planning something? Your silence forces them to fill in the blanks. And guess what? They always imagine the worst. This is the paradox. The less you say, the more power you have. The more they talk, the weaker they become.
Because while they're explaining, justifying, trying to get your attention, you're just existing, unbothered, unbreakable, untouchable. And that drives people insane.
Here's what happens in their brain when you go silent. First 24 hours, they think you're just busy or upset. After 48 hours, doubt creeps in. Did I mess up? After 72 hours, panic. They start reaching out, apologizing, or getting angry. After a week, they've mentally rewritten the entire story, and you're now the one with all the power.
You didn't argue, you didn't fight, you just disappeared from the narrative. And that's the most painful thing you can do to someone who craves your reaction.
But listen carefully. Silent treatment isn't about being petty. It's about protecting your energy and reclaiming your power. Use it when someone repeatedly disrespects you and talking hasn't worked. Your silence becomes the final boundary. 2. Someone is trying to manipulate you emotionally. The moment you stop responding, their tactics collapse. 3. You need to reset a toxic dynamic. Silence forces people to reflect on their behavior. 4. Someone is baiting you into an argument. Your silence is the ultimate, I don't play small games.
Here's the technique. Don't announce it. Don't say, I'm not talking to you. That's childish. Just stop engaging. Stop explaining. Stop defending. When they text, you don't block them. You just don't reply. When they try to talk, you're polite but distant. I'm good. Just busy. And then you focus on yourself. You hit the gym. You work on your goals. You spend time with people who respect you. Because the real power of silent treatment isn't about punishing them. It's about showing yourself that you don't need their validation.
But here's the warning. Silent treatment can be toxic if used wrong. If you're using it to manipulate someone, if you're punishing them for small mistakes, if you're doing it just to feel superior, then you're not powerful. You're just emotionally immature.
Real strength is knowing when to speak and when to walk away in silence. Use silence as a boundary, not as a weapon. Use it to protect your peace, not to destroy someone else's.
If this hit different, drop a comment below. Tell me one situation where you're going to use this starting today. Because the smartest move you can make is the one no one sees coming. And sometimes that move is saying absolutely nothing at all.